What's up, guys? I'm DK Wrestler.
And I'm MD Shady.
And in today's video, we're going to be making our Funko Pop and soda figure predictions for Emerald City Comic Con 2023.
So, let's check it out.
Like,
comment,
and subscribe for more content. Notification bell?
Oh.
So like we said in today's video, we are making our Funko Pop and soda figure predictions for Emerald City Comic Con 2023. For those that might not know, Emerald City Comic Con is one of Funko's big three conventions when it comes to exclusive items. We didn't have an Emerald City Comic Con last year because it was so close to ECCC, but we are sure that it's coming back this year, considering that it is happening in the first weekend of March. And we thought because it is January, it's actually our first video of the year with this video, that we would get ahead of the curve of potential leaks of making our predictions for this convention, which we have 10 different categories that we're going to be going through, which those categories are ad icons, animation, DC and Marvel, Disney, games, movies, retro toys, Star Wars, television, and miscellaneous, where some of the pops or sodas don't fit in any of those 9 categories, which we're gonna figure out one Funko Pop or one Funko Soda for each of those categories. And we'll start off with my predictions and then move over to MD's predictions, and then you guys can also comment on whose predictions you like better for this convention. Alright, for this category, I had chosen a Funko Soda figure in which I had picked a green giant Funko Soda figure. And I mean, it was very difficult to choose a item overall for ad icons, but I thought, you know what, they barely do ad icons Funko Sodas, especially for Comic Cons, and I mean green giant is perfect because a lot of times Funko likes to do the trend of doing a green character for Emerald City Comic Con since the logo is green, so I thought green giant was perfect. They've never done a soda figure, they have done the mystery mini, and they have done a pop, but they've never done the soda, and I think the safe route for this would be a metallic chase just because of the mystery mini they did, where it was a regular one for the common case and then a metallic version for the specialty series exclusive case.
Alright, so for the ad icons, the pop that I went with is actually a weird one that I normally wouldn't go with. Like, I wouldn't think of this as an ad icon, but I actually went with the Android, which is basically just the logo slash character for Android, the mobile phone kind of processing system. I don't know exactly what it's called, but I think this would be really cool. It is a very simplistic pop. It'd be very easy to do, and I remember the commercials where he kind of like moves his arms and dances or whatever, so I think that this would be a pretty sweet pop, and he is green, so it does fit the theme for Emerald City Comic Con.
I had chosen a pop of Celtic Guardian from YuGiOh. I mean, this definitely makes sense. Funko has been really pumping up YuGiOh pops for conventions, which obviously I do enjoy since I do collect YuGiOh pops. And I mean, Celtic Guardian is perfect because he is a very popular dual monster in YuGiOh. It's something that people have been requesting for a while. Plus, once again, it does fit that green theme, and I think this would appeal to both YuGiOh and non-YuGiOh fans because Celtic Guardian kind of looks like Link from Legend of Zelda.
I picked a 10-inch pop. Maybe you guys can see where I'm going with this. It is a 10-inch Reptar. This would be sweet. I mean, this would be a pop that I'd have to get. I do own a Reptar, which is right here, but I would like to see a 10-inch one. I think that makes a lot of sense. We did just recently get a new wave of Rugrats pop, so I think that this could be a possibility, and I don't know, I feel like it just makes so much sense to have a 10-inch Reptar because he is a large dinosaur, so why not have a larger version of him compared to, let's say, your Tommy and your Chucky and your other Rugrat pops.
I have a Funko Pop, and it's more specifically towards Marvel, and it is an unmasked friendly neighborhood Spider-Man from Spider-Man No Way Home. For the new set that got announced a couple of months ago, we had gotten an unmasked Tom Holland Spider-Man that's going to be a Funko Shop exclusive, and then there's also going to be a previews exclusive Andrew Garfield unmasked Spider-Man, so it makes sense that we do get the friendly neighborhood, or as we all know him as, Tobey Maguire Spider-Man, in Funko Pop form, and I mean, perfect place for it would be Emerald City Comic-Con, since I do believe we are probably going to be getting Comic-Con exclusives for No Way Home for pretty much every convention in 2023.
I went with a kind of obscure pick. Technically, it's not really DC or Marvel, but technically it kind of is Marvel because it was originally released with Marvel, and that is Kick-Ass from Kick-Ass. And I think that this is a pop that a lot of people have been wanting to see for years. There is a Wacky Wobbler of Kick-Ass, but we haven't seen a pop, and I feel like this could be very, very awesome.
I have a Funko soda listed, and it's of Dr. Finkelstein from The Nightmare Before Christmas. Now, they've made a lot of Nightmare Before Christmas sodas in the past, especially for conventions, but they've never made one of Dr. Finkelstein yet, and I think that'd be really cool with the molding that they can pull off. And for the Chase figure, I would basically have his head open where you can actually see the brain, maybe even having one half of his brain in his head and then the other in his hand, because I know at some point I believe he does take out his brain. And it also makes sense because 2023 is the 30-year anniversary of Nightmare Before Christmas.
I went with a character that's very, very well known. He's very, very green, Mike Wazowski, but more specifically, I want to see like a deluxe pop of Mike Wazowski where he's standing on the bar chair thing that he's standing on, and he has the microphone in his hand, and he's kind of doing the weird dance when he's in Boo's room, or whoever's, not Boo's room, but in the one child's room at the end of the movie when he finds out that laughter also works to produce energy. I think that that'd be a sweet deluxe pop. I don't think it has to be the price of a deluxe pop, considering it is just a little stool that would be added with it. But I think that just adding that stool and kind of having him to the side like that would go a long way and would be a need for my Disney collection.
I have a Funko soda figure of Tails from Sonic the Hedgehog. We've already gotten the Sonic the Hedgehog Funko soda figure, and that's the only one from that lineup we have gotten. And it would be logical to do Tails. I thought about Dr. Eggman, but I think he'd be released as a common Funko soda figure. And with Tails, obviously it'd just be his normal self for the common, but for the Chase, it would be a flock Chase just like the Sonic the Hedgehog Funko soda we had gotten, except this time also you can actually see the spinning tail also with this Chase figure.
I kind of struggled to figure out a pop to put in this category, but I ended up going with Vector the Crocodile from Sonic the Hedgehog. We've barely seen any of the like secondary characters besides, let's say, Shadow and Silver. I believe those are the only two that we've seen that are a lot different than your, let's say, your Dr. Eggman, Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles, the characters that you kind of think about when you think about Sonic the Hedgehog. So Vector would be a really cool one. It's a really obscure character. His character design is awesome as well, and I think it would translate very, very well in Funko Pop form. And of course, he is a green character because, spoiler alert, pretty much everything in this list is going to be related to green.
I have a VHS covers for Leprechaun, and I mean, definitely makes sense. Leprechauns are green, but little did I know while doing research for this video is that Leprechaun is also celebrating their 30-year anniversary as of, I believe, this month in January, so it definitely makes sense, and I'm not exactly sure how they would pull off this VHS covers because I had seen two different covers. There's obviously one where it is actually the character of Leprechaun himself kind of creeping up against a door, so I don't know if it's going to be more of a deluxe pop or it's just kind of like, let's see how we pull off this pop with the weird pose that we haven't made yet because there's already the 3 pops made previously, or there is a cover with a girl who obviously is played by Jennifer Aniston because it was her very first movie she had ever done. So it makes sense to add maybe a pop of her since obviously they would have made so many versions of her with the Rachel from Friends.
In this next category, I picked one of the most famous green characters of all time in my opinion, and that is the Mask. And I think that there's a bunch of different versions of the Mask obviously that you could go with, but I think the yellow suit and the big old yellow hat version of the Mask would be perfect for a con pop. Green and yellow, they complement each other nice, especially for a con like Emerald City Comic-Con.
I have a Funko Pop, and it's of April O'Neil as the Pink Ranger for the TMNT Power Rangers lineup. Throughout this past year, we have seen all 4 Ninja Turtles, being Leonardo, Donatello, Raphael, and Michelangelo, or in that case, Mikey, be turned into the different Power Rangers, along with Shredder as the Green Ranger. But recently, I was actually at my local GameStop, not really knowing prior that there was already toys made like this, and that's what they were based off of, and one of the figures featured April O'Neil as the Pink Ranger. So, out of the ones that I had seen, it was the 5 characters previously made into Funko Pop form, but the only one left over is April O'Neil as the Pink Ranger. So, I think it definitely makes sense that here at Emerald City Comic Con that we could be seeing an April O'Neil as Pink Ranger.
I picked the Turtle Furby. Turtle is basically just a colorway for the fur on the Furby. It's the green fur, it has kind of like some black stripes, and then it has like a beigeish brown underbelly, which is really cool. I like the design of this Furby. And of course we got the Tiger Furby, and just recently we got the NFT Furby that has the purple and the orange and blue, and maybe there's green on there as well. I can't remember, but that's a really cool looking Furby. And of course, I guess Funko still wants to produce more Furby Pops, considering we just seen that one with the NFTs. So I wouldn't be surprised if we do see another Furby soon, and why not be a green one, and why not be at ECCC?
I have a pop of Gungi for Bad Batch. Now, actually, as of the recording of this video, the brand new season of Bad Batch has not released yet, but it does release as this video gets released in the same week, in which in the trailer for that you see the character of Gungi, but obviously from the photo I had shown off, he is actually a Wookiee Jedi, which is really cool to see. And especially what makes sense about this is the fact that the color of his lightsaber is of course green, so it fits the whole green theme of Emerald City Comic Con. And especially if this was also a flocked figure, I think that'd be cool. But what if this was flocked and glow in the dark? I mean, it already has happened with certain exclusives before where it's 2 specifications.
The next pop that I have for Star Wars I actually thought would be very cool, but after hearing what Dylan had to say, his kind of sounds better in my opinion. But I went with a Blacklight Grogu, and I think this would look awesome. I mean, Blacklight Pops, I really enjoy them. Grogu Pops, I also really enjoy those. So smashing them together I think would be awesome. You would obviously have to have some green colors in there, but I feel like a very cool lime green color for Grogu with the Blacklight colors would look sweet.
I have a pop of Chrissy from Stranger Things. This definitely makes sense for a lot of reasons. First off, I don't think we have seen the end of Stranger Things Season 4 pops yet, and especially Chrissy was a character that had not been made previously. I mean, we haven't seen Murray yet, and he's been around since Season 1, which I don't know why that hasn't been made yet, but it makes sense for Chrissy because she is seen wearing the Hawkins High School cheerleader outfit, which one of the main colors, of course, is green.
I had to go with a Simpsons pop, like I normally do for these prediction videos, and I went with Fallout Boy, which is part of Radioactive Man. It's the sidekick, and I kind of left it up in the air whether it would be actual Fallout Boy or if it would be Milhouse, who got to play as Fallout Boy. I think it'd be really cool to get the Milhouse version because it would look a lot more characterized, I guess, but getting normal Fallout Boy would be pretty sweet as well to go along with the Radioactive Man.
I have a pop of Blitz, which is the NFL Seattle Seahawks mascot. Now, this definitely makes sense because, one, I mean, there is some green colors, but the main reason that I actually put this pop here is because another trend that also happens with Emerald City Comic Con, that being because the convention takes place in Seattle, Washington, that a lot of times Funko will make a pop involving something related to Seattle. We've seen it with the Weedle on the Needle, which is in a book that was made in Seattle, and then also the last 2 years for Emerald City Comic Con being 2020 and 2021, we had seen the, I believe it's Harry the Husky, I believe it was called, that was the University of Washington mascot that was also a flocked pop for, I believe it was NCAA, and then for 2021 we had the like Sasquatch mascot for the Seattle Supersonics for the NBA mascots lineup, and I think it'd be cool for NFL because NFL is not gotten a actual mascots lineup. While we've seen it with NCAA, we've seen it with NHL, MLB, NBA, but NFL has not gotten a mascots lineup yet.
I ended up going with Rocks, and I thought about it, and I'm like, what band wears a green attire, or what singer wears a green attire, and I was kind of thinking about it and I couldn't really figure it out, and then I thought, wait, it doesn't have to be the attire, it could be the name. So I went with a concert moment of Green Day, and I don't know exactly which one they would do. I know that me and DK really want to see the Dookie concert album, or concert moments, but I feel like anyone would really do the trick for this, especially being a con pop, and I guess it would be the first technical con pops for the concert moments, considering that the ones that we've seen recently were just Walmart exclusives.
Anyways, guys, that's going to be the end of today's video. If you enjoyed today's prediction video for Emerald City Comic Con 2023 exclusives, make sure you smash that like button, comment in the comment section below, and let us know what are your predictions for Emerald City Comic Con this year, and whose predictions did you like better. And as said in the little intro, make sure you press that subscribe button for more content like this video in the future, and press the little bell beside it to be notified of when that future content gets released. But anyways, guys, thank you for watching today's video, and hope to see you guys next time. 1, 2, 3, I'm out of here.
Peace in, peace out.